Hello and welcome to my video. Today the video is about it's about how I was an ex bed rotter and now I don't consider myself that at all. Um, Basically, I reached the point where there was like years of my life where I wasn't exactly functional. Uh, I was just lost and not really understanding life and things. And this is just a video to share all the stuff, or at least most of the stuff that I learned along the way of not being a bedrotter anymore. And to give some uh, view into what my life was like, um, basically in the past, I did not study. I was addicted to YouTube. Um, I didn't enjoy anything. I didn't like art. I didn't like music. I didn't like appreciate things. I didn't like anything. I was just depressed. Uh, versus to me now, like now I can write like all this stuff just for this video because I no longer, um, yeah, I'm not longer drained by the life of a bedrotter, I guess. So yeah, I wrote down all this stuff, all the things that I know, and a lot of this stuff I learned from other people, a lot of it from my own exploration of my life and things. But then I also used AI to like summarize all of these points because I want to make this video uh, as best structured as possible. Because if I try to read all this stuff out, then it's just gonna be so confusing. Um, okay, I could probably organize on my own, but it's just too time consuming. Okay, so when I was a bedrotter, I was ashamed that I wasn't doing anything in my life. My mind, like my own thoughts were attacking me, or I was attacking myself. I was criticizing myself. I was being so critical of myself to a point where it paralyzed me. So it became kind of like um, um, forgot the name for that. Um, a paradox. It became a paradox of like just me, yeah, just me just getting down on myself so much that it just stopped me from doing anything. Um, okay. Yeah. So, and the point is, the main point, the first thing that I have to realize was that I was my own best help, my own best resource. Um, and it's not and it's not about like being toxic about it, like, oh, I don't need any help type thing. It's that you really need to, or I learned that I really needed to start being my own best help, like start understanding myself, start understanding what a person needs, like to feel better and to just be better. And once you start doing that, you will get better at it. You will build like a framework but you have to start. That's the most important thing. You have to start thinking like that. And this includes, wait, hold on. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to talk about is like a methodical reconstruction of your perspective, your physical habits, and your mental state. So, so now, okay, part one, mental framework. So, says, yeah, so your past can be a source of healing and insight. Basically, um, a lot of us are, everyone has a past, and a lot of the time we were formed by it, but we don't understand sometimes that fact, and we don't really understand how we were formed by it. So I think the important thing to do is to delve in your past for a search of, not to like, traumatize yourself, but to look at it in a way as an opportunity to gather wisdom, because um it's something that happened to you. So you have like an inside perspective into it, and you can basically help yourself, by understanding the past. You can basically help yourself heal because it formed you. So you can, yeah. Um, and also you have to look around, like in your life, like what is stopping you. It could be so many things. It could be stress. It could be your thoughts, like your thought pattern, like you criticizing yourself, or you not thinking that, like deep down, not thinking that you're capable of doing anything, or thinking that you don't deserve something, or it could be anything. Honestly, you just have to find out what it is. That's the very important thing. You have to think about it. Okay. Um Another thing that was a big part of my bed rotting was the fear of death, which I think most of us have. Uh, I'd say I think about it quite often. Not anymore in a way I used to, where it was like a terrifying thing. I mean, it is, yeah, but I think accepting like life and accepting the fear of death and just accepting life, basically just accepting living in the way you have to live, basically. I don't know if that makes sense. Um okay. Yeah, so decode the events that formed you rather than just suffering through them. The social aspect. So don't engage in negative self-talk. Um Being kind to others. So just be the best person you can be to other people, like, because um just being the best you can be, like, there's if you're the best that you can be, there's nothing you have to worry about. If you're authentic and you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't do any of those things, you are free to focus on other things, basically. um yeah, and another point is, um happiness can be learned, and I think it can be learned in quite a few different ways, I think. um like I think I learned to be, or like, I think I'm pretty happy, but I think the start of that was like I wasn't enjoying anything. I didn't. well, I didn't have any interests. So like the weird thing I decided to do is just like put on like uh started watching like videos of like old paintings. So I was just like, why don't I try and appreciate this thing that I don't really care about? Because I never had this like thought, or I never had this appreciation for art. But I think like appreciation for things and art and things you can be happy about can be learned by just investing your positivity into it. Just be positive about it. Be like explore ideas, I guess, art, whatever. Okay. Part 2, physical foundation. So basically the first point is food is mood, which is yeah. Um so basically food is fuel uh for your body and your mind, and your body and your mind are basically interlinked. It's very you're literally like a um chemical machine basically, and um it's very much part of your mental health. It's very important. It like I used to think like uh you know you kind of it's easy to overlook. Like when you're eating junk food, you're alive. You're not starving, but you're not exactly functioning properly. That's the thing. And you might be depressed. Like it could actually, like I uh, genuinely, because I eat fairly healthy now, when I eat junk food, I feel it. Like I feel it like the next day. I feel the like low energy, like it's so interconnected that yeah. So you have to be mindful of that. Um, yeah, so eating well will make you obviously feel better, but also make you look better. So make your skin better, make your um, just make your body work better. Yeah, you'll be healthier. Um, so yeah, it'll make you skinnier as well. So which is good if you eat healthy. Okay. So yeah, obviously cutting out bad habits. Um, like alcohol obviously is a just basically poison for your mental health, your life, your health, your mind, everything. Um, yeah, alcohol. It didn't really group them the best, but whatever. Okay, and another point is in the good habits category, is you have to. So when I was bedrotting or just yeah, I wasn't very productive. Um, I didn't I didn't do much, but I think the important skill to have is to push yourself slowly, to push your skill slash stress tolerance. And what I mean by that is uh like challenge yourself a little bit step by step. So like for example, I used to have a tough time writing. I hated writing, like a little tiny paragraph with like it in my mind it was like the worst thing ever. Like I would just hate to do it. And yeah, so well, it's yeah. And basically so just push yourself uh like I tried to push myself to get past it. I tried to write a little bit more. And now I can write like paragraphs. Obviously it's not that I'm still on the journey of like writing better. That's why I use the ChatGPT to structure this, because structuring all of this. But I did, to be fair to myself, I did write all of this just for this uh, video. So um, so yeah, just push yourself a little bit in any way that you can. Like, that's very important, because the thing is, once you push yourself to a certain degree, um, or just a little bit, the next step is so much easier. So you can, like, imagine, like, if you continue to, over the years, if you push yourself a little bit every time, it turns into uh like small steps turn into a mile. You might be a completely different person. And yeah, skills as well. So, like, uh trying a little hobby, like I used to do at one point, like, as like a way to, when I was bedrotting, as like a way um to push myself, I jumped into origami. So I did like a little bit a little bit of origami, uh to, yeah, to just put, hold on, one second. Just gotta get water. Okay. um yeah, so I did origami to, like, to just do something that was, for me, that was like boring, that wasn't like YouTube or, uh I don't know, social media, whatever. So yeah. um oh, that's another thing about YouTube. That was a big part of my bedrotting experience. Obviously, YouTube is, I think, highly addictive, or it was for me when I was younger. And I literally read like a thing, um I don't, not only YouTube, like Instagram and stuff like that. Um I mean, it's a good tool, but if you can't function because of it, because you're addicted to watching all these creators that don't really do anything for you, or watching just garbage, yeah, like, that's not good. But yeah, I read something recently that YouTube has like an algorithm that's really, um like, addictive to kids and young people, so maybe I was part of that. I don't know. Okay. The methodical recovery. Okay. So small steps are king. Obviously, push yourself step by step. Push your boundary of, like, things that you think you can't do. Try to push that a little bit, like, even tiny bit. It's makes a massive difference, because even the thought of that, it make it easier next time to push something else. I don't know. It's, um yeah. So, and small steps are good, like, to build habits. It's better to, so I used to, as well as bedwriting, never exercised, like, at all. Barely went outside. um Hated exercise, but now I can actually, I can, well, I ran half marathon a few months ago. Not, okay, like 7 months ago, uh on the treadmill. But that all started from 10 minutes every day of lifting like 5 kilograms. So 10 minutes every, for like months, I would do 5 kilogram weights. And I was like really weak, so I had to do, so yeah. So step by step you can build. um yeah, so, and you will, and the thing is, with building habits and things like that, once you build a habit, it will get easier. Same as the skill pushing thing, it gets easier as well. So the habit thing gets easier as well if you keep with it. But then the thing is, along the way, when you're going to try to build a good habit, like you're going to try to exercise, there's gonna be like a day, like maybe it's like, okay, you did 1 week, but now you're just like, your thoughts are just like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I hate it. And you give up for that day. Okay. And that's okay. Like you can give up for a day, but the very important thing is try to change your mood for the next day. Because in the next day, there's this good thing that happens. Like if you do it, like, okay, I'm back into it. Like it's good. Like I got back into it. I pushed myself, and maybe you get this inspiration from it, and then you're just like 2 months down the line, you're like in the best shape ever. Okay. So yeah, habit formation. Yeah, so basically habits become like breathing. It's like I used to think habits were like the hard thing, but habits are what makes things easy. Habits make things easier on you because it becomes like breathing. Like it becomes like almost second nature to you. Like if you're doing something every day, it's just easy. So you just keep doing it, get into like a rhythm of it, and it's not going to be that difficult, I think. Eventually. Eventually you have to build up to that, but that's a thing that's possible for anyone, I think. um yeah, so habits should be like breathing eventually. Okay. Yeah, so another thing is being conscious of time. So know like what day of the week it is. Know uh yeah, just be aware of what's going on in the world. Just be like, because when I was bedrotting, I wasn't really concerned with anything. I was just too like depressed to really be didn't even like celebrate holidays. You know what I mean? It's like it was just like really sad existence. Like, and that's another important thing. If you're bedrotting and you're at that stage where you don't even celebrate holidays, and you don't really get into the festive mood for anything, I think you should. Happiness can be learned, and you could fake it till you make it, I guess. I did. Uh, I'm not saying I made it, but I just feel better, you know. Down important. Yeah, so being conscious of time will help you um it will help you with your progress. So it will help you with planning. So being conscious of time will just help you with planning, like, and that's something you can learn. Just be like aware, like build that framework in your mind, I guess. Cuz I don't know, this might be really stupid, but yeah, just build it up and it will get easier, and you will be able to schedule things better, and um yeah, just set out a plan. You will see the whole week ahead of you, that type of thing. Because I know, like, for me, it was like I was at that point, like, I didn't, like, a lot of the time, I didn't know what day of the week it was because I just didn't care. And, like, I kind of forgot the flow of the week. So I wasn't, and planning things was hard because I wasn't aware of, um, I don't know, I guess I unlearned structure of time. Sorry. Yeah, this might be really embarrassing type of weird video. Okay. Yeah, and basically you have to choose all of this. Like you have to choose this every day. This effort has to be sustained. Like you have to try, like you have to keep trying until it becomes a habit, until it becomes easy. That in itself is a habit. Like the effort of it is also a habit. And it will also get easy if you keep doing it. Um basically, and all of this is, and I think this stuff is really universal. I think it's there. I think there's a universal way of being happy. I guess it might not be for everyone, but I think it's a pretty universal way of like um just existing, I guess. I think um yeah, and the final point is like, and something that I had to like realize very early on for in order for me to try is like um nobody's going to save you. Like if you aren't going to show up for yourself, if you aren't going to give it effort, if you're just going to count yourself out and you have this belief that like I can't do anything, like I'm useless, blah blah blah, and then plus on top of that you have like all this like you'll you're beating yourself up, making yourself feel bad, and that also saps your energy. You're not eating well, that saps your energy. So you're just like, yeah, it's just horrible. It's like a vicious cycle of uh yeah, just it's horrible. Okay. Yeah, and I think nobody is going to save you is a very important thing to understand. I think instead of being like a negative thing, I think it's a positive thing because like at that point like you really have to show up for yourself. Like you are like your best help. You can be the best help if you really try to be. Like if you learn like some intricacies um of your like dopamine, I guess. If you learn to like structure a day in a way where you don't overindulge and sap all your energy from overindulgence, or you just learn all these habits, you learn to eat right, like you can be the best the best thing for you, honestly. um I feel like I missed some really important things. I wish I could have structured this better. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. There's a segment that I missed. Yeah, the dopamine flow. So, the trap of overindulgence. So, yeah. So, bed rotting is a state of high input and low output. So, you're not outputting anything for yourself, for the world, for your family, for anyone. You're just taking in things that drain your dopamine, they drain your psyche, they drain your potential basically. And and the thing that could really like um and it's like I really like the analogy of like the lotus eaters, where I don't remember it that well, but it's like something about like these people that got addicted to this lotus flower and they were like trapped on this island. So it's like you're indulging but you're trapped. You're a lotus eater, you know? Um yeah, so you aren't when you're indulging, when you're resting, when you're bedrotting, you're not resting. You're basically destroying your brain's reward system, and that's not good, and that will make you depressed. And the thing is, I started doing schoolwork, one to help me, obviously, in the future, well, in my current life, because I need to learn some basic, math and stuff like that. Um, but the thing is, schoolwork gives me like a great dopamine break. It like, because I'm doing something that is kind of boring a little bit, but it's also kind of like a form of meditation, and it like breaks up my day. Like I don't overindulge, and I do something that's not too indulgent, I guess, by like putting myself under stress of schoolwork. Okay. Yeah, so overindulgence basically saps your energy away, your creativity, just everything just makes you so depressed. Yeah, and makes normal things like a good walk or like a nice shower or your family, like relationships with your family. It just makes things, it just takes away from that just so much. Okay. Yeah, so being conscious of awareness of your dopamine. So being conscious of like the buildup of dopamine, what saps it, what like the crash, the like what's basically destroying your dopamine is it's good to be aware of that, and you can actually feel it. That's the thing. Uh you can like experiment on yourself, like with actions that you do, and you will feel better. You can, it's possible. Okay. Yeah, so be conscious of it and be restrained and don't stress about it too much. Just do it in a relaxed way if you can build up to that. Yeah, I think I don't know. This my mic is already dying. Forgot to charge it. But yeah, I think that's all that I had to say. I hope it wasn't too I hope it made enough sense. I hope someone got something from this. Um And if you do like, or did you did like this, then just let me know. If you want me to go into any of the other points, maybe a little bit more. Uh, I don't know. All right. See you.